goodness, you guys, it is still winter here in Lexington. My house may be looking like spring, but baby, it is cold outside. Woo! I'm filming this. What day am I filming this? Tuesday. I'm filming this on Tuesday. Let me start my timer. I'm filming this on Tuesday, and we're expecting a huge ice storm. So maybe by the time that you all are watching this, you may be stuck in your house without electricity. I pray not so. Anyway, when I bought this house, it actually came with a full house generator. I mean, it was just part of the deal. And it's like been the best thing. I told all my neighbors, if they lose their electricity, just come see me. Anyway, just ran down to the mailbox. Can't wait to read great mail from all of you. Well, let's get undressed and get started. Hey guys, might want to edit that out. Or we might just leave it in for humor. Anyway, okay, well, I want to talk to you a little bit about my t-shirt over at lindatoupin.com. If you have not signed up, I have your face in my hands, everybody. If you have not signed up, some of you have gotten emails from me for years and years. You're not going to get these emails unless you sign up at lindatoupin.com. And it's a two-step system. So as soon as you say, hey, gave me all the information, we sent you an email. And you got to go find the email. It might be in junk or spam, or Gmail, it might be in promotions. Just click OK. And then you will get all these episodes without having to think about it. I don't know about y'all, but not having to think about something is really high on my list of priorities. Well, over at lindatoupin.com, there is a little store called Stuff I Didn't Know I Needed. And it has my mantra on things. And this is one of those things. So as you can see, it's fitted more for a woman. I have them in V-neck that are a little bit different, and they're in a variety of colors, but it says clearly our mantra. So let's say it together. I am where I am by the choices I have made or I have allowed others to make for me. I am where I am by the choices I have made or I have allowed others to make for me. It's all about personal responsibility. And it's been so well received. Our first episode was December 2nd. And we've had 7 episodes, and then this is the 5th mailbox. And if you just stumbled onto this and you're thinking, what's she even talking about? The mailbox is where you get to be the stars. So your comments on YouTube and Facebook will be highlighted. And I have a secret. I can't wait to show you. I had this great idea the other day. I called the guys in my media company that's helping me with all this. And I said, I got this great idea of how to do this mailbox issue. It's not an issue. I always keep calling it an issue, like it's a newspaper. It's an episode. Anyway, I've got this great idea for mailbox because it'll make it more interesting for people instead of just watching me scroll through comments and hope your name is called. Okay, but you'll like it. All right, before we get started, we want to announce our winner from our last episode with my friend Pam, and you get your name in drawings by commenting and sharing and liking. All that stuff creates chances. So drum roll, please. Our winner is Katie Ray Van Tagren. You'll get a wonderful gift from our store, Katie Ray. So check your mailbox a little bit later and you'll go down to the mailbox and find great stuff from me. Well, if you're new to all this, just a quick recap. We started on December the 2nd. We've had 7 episodes. 4 have dealt with mental health. 3 have dealt with physical health. We've heard from me, and we've heard from lots of professional experts in their field. Dr. Lena Edwards, if you are not following her on Facebook, please do so now. Stop this recording, go to Facebook, find From Barely Surviving to Absolutely Thriving, From Barely Surviving to Absolutely Thriving, and click like. She talked about the 10 things that you can do to improve your natural immunity. Then this month we have dealt with physical health. We heard from, that was physical health. In our first mental health, we dealt with Pat Pearson. Oh my gosh. And she talked about the things that you can do to remove toxic thoughts. We have a few of those today, don't we? We need to get rid of those. Anyway, and then we heard from my yoga instructor, my first yoga instructor. He's a world champion, a national champion. He's a great guy. We heard from him this month, Glenn Brown. And then this last episode was with my friend Pam, and just talking about healthy body. So I've got some surprises, so let's just get to the surprises. I'm getting ready now to move into a whole series of episodes. Probably will take me 2 months, and we're going to deal with what does it take to run a successful business from your home. In the Great Resignation that we've experienced in the past year, where tens of millions of people came home to work, many are not going back to work. They're staying. They've discovered they can run a business. They can do what they do or do something different from their home. So we're going to dive deep into what does it take to run a successful business from your home. You may be a seamstress or a daycare provider or a mechanic wanting to start something in your garage, or somebody in woodworking or direct sales. All of it is the same concept of working from home. And our very first speaker is going to be my friend Cindy. Cindy Williams has ran a business from her home for years, but our topic is going to be a foundation of running a business from the home. It's how you feel about yourself, because you got to feel that you actually are capable of running a business from your home. And her topic will be, are you a victim or a victor? And you're going to absolutely love this episode. And then I will be coming in with a milk the cow mentality. Many of you heard my story in episode number 1, and how every single day we got up and milked the cows, whether we were sick or people died. The cows have to be milked at exactly the same time. And there is a big difference in how you're raised as to how you view an in-home business. If you were raised in a traditional home, you think about life one way, but if you were raised in an entrepreneurial home, you think about life differently. And we're going to dive deep into that. And then you're going to hear from a lot of people who run successful businesses from their home, and we're going to dissect that. So, all right. Well, my surprise today is, as normal in this episode, we're going to run over here with the magic of technology, and we're going to start to highlight many of you. But instead of me just reading a bunch of stuff here and you watching me scroll, which is not that exciting, it's exciting to hear your name and it's exciting to hear what people are saying, but we're actually going to we're going to blow that comment up so you can read it from your phone easy. You can see this person and what they're saying. So let's get started. We're going to start first with the episode with Glenn Brown. And let's see what you had to say
that weren't you
about Glenn. So we're going to start first with Crystal Hacker. Crystal says, I love this. I began my yoga practice this summer and it's changed my life. The combination of movement plus breath has helped my anxiety and helps me become more grounded. I actually start my yoga teaching training 200 hours tomorrow. Yay, Crystal. Also, over on this episode, Laura Wells says, my favorite yoga is aerial yoga. I lost 120 pounds a little over 9 years ago. And that was the first time I ever tried it. It was an amazing experience, to say the least. I learned to love all different kinds of yoga since, and I look forward to visiting your, meaning Glenn's, website and checking out his videos. Thank you for sharing your journey. Well, while we're over here, let's go ahead and check in with Pam and I's discussion
all the time
on a healthier you. And let's find our comments over here that are highlighted. We're going to start first with Leslie Little. She says, thanks for this great info, Linda. And Pam is right on. As a dietitian and a nutrition expert myself, this topic is so relevant. I love her tips and sharing, and I'm going to be sharing them in my community, where I support women through midlife with evidence-based nutrition information. OMG, Leslie. Good for you. We're going to go on down. Lots of great comments here. We're going to pick Eileen Barlow. This was so great. Dr. Barlow, many of us know Dr. Barlow, and I were amening the entire time. And then we're going to go up and pick up Coach Diane Burton. So good. Thank you for sharing. I personally have been on a health journey for 51 years, weighing 213 pounds my senior year in high school, released that weight, and have kept it off for 50 years. What a unique story I have on this journey. Good for you, Diane, thank you for your comment. Thank you for all your comments, guys. Okay, let's head over to Facebook. And again, make sure you are following, liking on this particular page. This is where they are live streamed each week. But the best way, let me go ahead and show you the best way to get your episodes so you don't have to think about it. Guys, we got to quit having to think and remember stuff. Just sign up over here at lindatoupin.com. Right there it is. Sign up. And remember, it's a two-step system. Okay, let's head back over and let's find Glenn's episode. Let's scroll down. Here we go. All right. Well, let me 82 comments. Let me pick out a couple here that I want to highlight. Okay, here we go. We're going to start first with Judy Maury Gardner. Yes, she's, oh, whoops, I'm sorry. Yes, this is Glenn's. Yes, it is so important to find a teacher you mesh with and that they believe in you. And that was such an important point that Glenn made. Our next comment is for Christine Muntz Riley. This was so interesting. I've tried yoga multiple times, some good, some I just laughed. It is true that attending class is the best way. And then we had, again, so many wonderful comments. I wish I could read every single one of them. They are all incredible. Our next person we're going to highlight here is Kim Meacham. Each episode gets better and better. After Dr. Edwards, I downloaded my Fit On app and began meditating every day evening. I'm sleeping better and my stress is better. Today I started yoga. Someone I know says to start ugly, and that I did. Kim, I start everything ugly, including this podcast. And that I did. As I get close to the big 5-0, I need to be nicer to my body. Oh my gosh, I love every bit of that. And, you know, Dr. Edwards talked about it. Pam talked about it. You've got to get rid of all these electronic devices out of your bedroom, guys. Get rid of your phone, get rid of your Fitbit, all the things that you're wearing. That is a disruptive. What's the word I'm trying to use? Disruptive. I know what the word is. Anyway, it's messing up your sleep. Okay, and then we have, let's go over and let's find Pam's. And let's see what you all had to say about Pam's episode. Okay, we've got 154 comments over here in just the first few days. All right, our first person I want to highlight is Anne Marie Stella Thrives. Give her a shout out. My formative years were spent in a blue zone. Now, if you've missed that episode, Blue Zone is one of the 7 places in the world. You can follow Blue Zones on Instagram, subscribe to their emails. There's tests, guys, that you can take that literally, like, you can determine how long you're going to live based on your habits right now, you know, far going an accident, of course. My formative years were spent in a blue zone and I was always thin until I came here, meaning America. And the additives and preservatives in our foods here are such a challenge for me. I try to eat clean as much as possible. Now, remember, Pam defined clean for us in her episode. If it doesn't grow from the ground, fly in the air, and have a mother, it's not food. It's not natural. I try to eat clean as much as possible, no cans, no boxes, and just shopping the perimeter of the store and doing organic as much as possible. Next person I want to give a shout out today is Melanie Bowman Jones. Thank you, Linda and Pam. Great advice always. Linda, 20 years ago, you shared on VoiceTale. That was like before technology, and we thought it was so groundbreaking, where you recorded a message and people called a number and could listen to you. Anyway, you shared on VoiceTale a book that Pam had recommended, the Fat Flush Plan. It worked, and that was the beginning of my quest for healthy living. Wow, Melanie, it's great to hear these stories 20 years later. Okay, our next person is Deborah Roberts. If you can't pronounce it, your liver can't process it. That's straight from Pam's class. Absolutely true. Our next person is Monica Marco. Monica says, thank you, Pam Shaw. Love your 90-day planner. It fits into my life completely. It's not just for my business. It's to make me a better person. So very inspired by you. Thank you again. Rebecca Woolery. Pam, I am 61 years old, overweight and overwhelmed. Is it too late for me to make these changes. And I responded to Rebecca on the thread by saying never with an exclamation point. My second episode of the podcast, I discussed how the best 30 years of your life are ahead of you. I personally started that affirmation when I was 58 years old. I wake up every morning and say the best 30 years of my life are ahead of me. It changes everything when you realize you get to go back and relive the last 30. So wake up tomorrow, Rebecca, and pretend you're 31. What would you do differently? And our last shout out in this episode is Lily Evans. Love it, love it, love it. If it doesn't grow from the ground or have a mother, don't consume it. Okie dokie, you guys. Oh, well, it's been a fun journey in these first 2 months. And from a very grateful heart, thank you. God has gifted you 168 hours, 10,800 minutes this week. And what you do with that is what you get from your life. It accumulates a little bit at a time. And thank you for choosing to click play on this particular episode. You'll make 35,000 choices a day. And I'm thankful that you chose me. You guys, you're a blessing to me. And I pray every day I'm a blessing to you. Have a wonderful week and get ready for some powerful episodes in February and March. All right, Micro, I'm still waiting on the call, waiting on the call. Start the music. This episode is over.